Hey guys, this is Justin from the Ottawa Expositor on this Thursday, the 11th of December of 2014. And I want to start by apologizing for the time that I have been away from making videos. It's been a very busy time for me, but hopefully I'm able to get back into the swing of things as soon as possible. I want to start by thanking every one of my 2,500 plus subscribers. I just broke it, it was a couple weeks ago or whatnot. I haven't been able to make a video until right now, but I want to thank every last one of you for all of your support, all the commenters, and all the people on Twitter that send info, that retweet the info that I send out. It's you guys that actually, where I get some of my best ideas, and I really thank you for that. Special people I want to thank, and sorry if I don't get everybody, I do apologize, but first thing, Police State Radio, actually, he was the first person to pick me up when I started, so thank you so much. Jeff C. And Red Pill Revolution, Press Reset Earth, of Max Resistance, we have Up North of the 49th, and we have Brian Roberts, and they have all been very, very helpful. Same thing with Terry Ambach. So thank you so much for all the help that you guys have given me. I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but these are some of the best people to work with, and just the whole community is really special, you know, because we're possibly some of the most open-minded people that are out there, and of course not everything is right. And that's what we try and get down to the bottom of. What is correct? What is not? And I see more clear minds in this movement than I see anywhere else. I consider it to be an honor to be part of it. And thank you for all the followers that are part of this as well, that contribute, because each and every one of you are very important. Other than that, thank you very much, guys, and on with the Ottawa Expositor. Okay, folks, let's get down to it, starting with the obvious. Occultic symbolism is obvious, and this was sent by a absolutely sexy watcher of my videos, and thank you very much for sending me this. This is actually the logo for the German Metalworkers Union, and as most of you guys probably can already tell, it's obvious symbolism, but I just want to get into a little bit further into what this company is. It's actually one of the largest unions in Germany, and the dominant, as it shows here, the dominant metalworkers union. So it actually has 2.4 million people. Okay, it's a huge union. And what does this logo look exactly like? I mean, take a look at this. I mean, you have the G in the center, the bottom compass and the square as they meet make an M, and then up on top you have the I with an eyeball. They're so brilliant, these guys who think this up. Hey, like, I see what you did there. How cute was that? Yeah. I hear you, little buddy, but don't worry, they're fools. They're going to fail. Absolutely. The next thing I want to show you guys is an example of outrageous euphemisms. Now, for those who are not familiar with that word, because, I mean, you never know. I just wanted to bring it out there. It is a mild or indirect word or expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. So it's downsizing the meaning of it a lot of the time in order to not necessarily have to bear all while you are still bearing all. So basically, you see this a lot, and here's a couple good examples just to get you acquainted with it if you aren't familiar. Just opening up here now, guys, sorry. The good old internet. Okay, guys. So the first one to be polite is one, the adult entertainment industry instead of pornography, or I hear the industry as well. Adult beverages instead of beer or liquor, au naturel instead of naked, stuff like that. Then there's also the euphemisms to be impolite, so you can get away with being impolite. So there's batting for the other side instead of homosexual, hit the big one instead of died. So things like that. Now, the one I really want to draw the attention to is to soften an expression, okay? And just pay attention to this one. And the examples that I wanted to show you, passed away instead of died. That's a good one to show like why there could be outrage behind saying certain things. So you want to say it in a different way to relieve the outrage or bad feelings, whatever. So here's where it can be used in other ways besides, just trying to soften a tragic blow. You could say, well, the negative patient outcome instead of dead. But here, take a look at this one. Relocation center instead of prison camp. Collateral damage instead of accidental deaths. So things like that, they're used in order to minimize the outrage. So, and the example that I wanted to bring you to today, the most sickening one I have ever seen, basically, is this one here. And it is enhanced interrogation techniques. And it's possibly the most sickening thing here, as it shows on the Wikipedia. It is torture, and it absolutely is torture. But on the news right now, when you hear about the CIA talking about torturing detainees of Guantanamo Bay and elsewhere, you don't hear the word torture. You hear enhanced interrogation tactics. Even the media who's questioning the torture is using this. And basically, I mean, if people are actually buying it at this point. They said this with quantitative easing, with just throwing the money at the economic crisis, so that people wouldn't realize what's actually going on. That's just creating a bigger crisis to come. It's pretty disgusting to think that people have to make up this word because it's a word just to hide torture. Now, do you really think, save someone from quote unquote Al-Qaeda, whatever that means, tortures one of the American soldiers or Canadian soldiers, whatever. Do you really think that in our media, we're going to call that enhanced interrogation tactics? No, you know exactly what we're going to call that. We're going to demonize these people. So I want you to just take a look at that. And if you're not aware of what a euphemism is, please take a look and just look at some more examples of it because they are everywhere, especially within government, in order to soften a blow so they don't lose the votes for the next year, or whatever. You see it a lot is basically what I'm trying to say. And it's definitely something to look out for there. And you can see here, well, they're using it now as Osama bin Laden. It was able to catch Osama bin Laden, whatever. I mean, if you don't know that the 9/11 is an inside job, then, well, like, no offense or anything, because it's great that you're here, but you got a lot of waking up to do, a lot more research to hit, because that is a absolute inside job, and I'm pretty sure they knew where he was for a long time. So, I mean, basically, that's okay, but don't worry about it. We don't really have to admit to a crime. It's okay if we do crime, but as long as we change the name, like theft, we can say an enhanced thrift tactic or technique, that's okay. Why don't we take it up a notch to robbery, and it can be enhanced charity persuasion. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay, because when you're the CIA, you can just change the name of the crime so that it can be acceptable in your mind. And, basically that's the same with any other psychopath. But that's it. So, guys, that is the Ottawa Expositor for this week, and I'm going to try and do this as a weekly thing, and maybe do some type of segments like I did this time. So what I'd like to ask you to do for my next video, if you could actually send me on Twitter, or you can send me the link in the comments below, different logos that shows how Masonic and how obvious these symbols are around the world in commerce, in religion, things like that. Please send that over to me, and you know what? I'd like to put that in the next video that I make, or maybe make a series out of it within each video, something like that. What else? I also really wanted to talk about the Twitter campaign that we did for the Ottawa shooting. I think that's better for another time, as there is a lot of great stuff that we can talk about that. But I just want to thank everybody like Red Pill, Jeff C.,
Police State Radio, they all helped towards the campaign. Same thing with Max Resistance, they all helped out. And then everybody else, it was something like 50, 60 tweeters. It was the first time that we did that. And we were able to get that many people. I mean, that was actually really impressive. So I think it was a big win. We'll talk about that in depth later, but I just didn't want to go without saying thank you very much for all the help from everybody. It was truly appreciated, and I think we woke up a lot of people. I think that's extremely important. Other than that, add me on Twitter. So there's 2 different accounts, and as you can see here, I'll move over to the side right here. So it is, the first one is @BRYANTJUSTIN 391, and that is my primary one actually. But you can also add me on Ottawa Expositor. You know how to spell it, just like how it is, but no the is just @Ottawa Expositor. And then we can actually really start doing some information spreading on that, because it's actually a great platform to do that. But we'll talk about that later. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate everybody who has watched and contributed over the past few months that I've had this channel. It's really been a blessing and an honor. Thank you very much. Have a great night, guys. Justin of the Ottawa Expositor.
Thank you.